Welcome back, guys. Sorry about James. He's practicing for the opera. The prognosis, James, is you suck. So we're going to go back into the match, guys. We have map number 4 coming up for this best of 5. It is the DreamHack London qualifier. The winner will qualify, and we've seen a very weird series so far. It's been very back and forth. 2-0 looked like Copenhagen Wolves were setting themselves up to just crush Mirage, the third map, but no, E-frag, they got a good start at CT. They managed to win decisively 16-4, I think it was, in the end, and now we go to Inferno, and what happens on Inferno is anyone's guess. Yeah,
no idea here. Like, we've seen E-frag take a Copenhagen Wolves pick. I can't speak. Copenhagen Wolves take E-frag's pick, so, you know, this being E-frag's pick, right? Yeah, Inferno is E-frag's pick, so we could see Copenhagen Wolves take it, but then again, it's E-frag's pick, so they could take it. It's just no predicting with this one. It's just going to be close, I think.
Yeah, and again, with the the Copenhagen Wolves lineup being so fresh, it's again hard to say how they're going to respond. I mean, you would expect their CT side to be decent, but the T sides are where they should falter. I mean, on Cash, they made it work with very simple calling and stuff. We saw that same style coming into play onto the last map, onto Mirage, and it just fell flat on its face in the face of a very, very standard CT side of E-frag's CT, where you don't even have to think. You've played it enough. It's super simple. Who covers what, what rotations happen where. You have to actually have more elaborate plays than the super basic T sides we saw out of Copenhagen Wolves. So if they bring what they brought into the last match from the T sides, I feel like they're going to be happy to get 4 or 5 rounds on the T side. And I would expect them to be able to take 10-11 on their CT as well. I feel like it's probably going to be 16-14 this one, personally.
Yeah, I can imagine that happening too. And here we go into the best round after E-frag winning the knife, that is. So they will be picking CT, obviously, on the very CT-sided Inferno. And Copenhagen Wolves deciding to go for currently a 4-man armor buy, and yep, zEVES picking up some smokes and flashes as well. And we're seeing a similar story on E-frag, 4 armors and NKL just getting a kit and a smoke. So we're seeing a triple B stack here from E-frag, sorry, and Copenhagen Wolves aren't going to be challenging that too early. jkaem being the only one pushing up Banana on his own, but he's not going to get too aggressive with no one to trade him, I imagine. And here we go. We're just going to see apps presence coming out from Copenhagen Wolves here. Zende just being AFK for a second, and we're going to just see rather passive play from the CTs and Ts here. Nothing aggressive on Banana yet from E-frag. Viktor still holding this angle, but yeah, as I say that, he's going to be peeking out there, getting some shots off to jkaem, but not managing to finish off anything. And there we go. jkaem just shoulder peeking there, but Viktor not falling for it. But don't worry, jkaem is there to get the frag, and no one to trade him. We'll leave Copenhagen Wolves in an advantage with a 4 versus 5. But there's still 2 players on the B site for E-frag, so they won't need to send any rotates over, and no rushes will come of it. But I can imagine E-frag will go towards the A site after knowing there's at least 2. There's only going to be 2 players there at the moment, and yep, they are entering here. But Dreamer obviously getting aggressive here in apps, and he might be able to pop out a boiler at the right point. They just push up short, and yes, it seems like he might be able to do something huge here. Comes up behind, gets 1, doesn't get 2, but he's done a damage anyway, and it's going to be a 4 versus 4. jkaem just coming in and free-firing Dreamer there. Is going to get the shot, and that's going to be a headshot for him. And there we go. NKL needs to get that trade, but he only does a bit of damage. Now it's a 4 versus 3. Unlucky with the lack of trade there, and although they do have a kit, they are still rotating from the bomb site, and I don't know, it seems like it's going to be a hard retake situation here for zEVES, making it even harder, picking up the first frag there, and there we go, RUBINO following up too, and that's just going to be Lovell left alone in the 1 versus 4, and there we go, as they surround him, he goes down, and Copenhagen Wolves taking the T-side pistol round, so rather unexpected there, but E-frag are probably going to force by to go against that.
So this is a really rough situation unless E-frag just reset Copenhagen Wolves straight away by winning this one. Of course, they're going for the force buy, and I really don't like this on this map, generally speaking, because grenades are so incredibly important on your buy rounds. They make a huge difference in being able to delay the Ts. That's actually what makes it slightly CT favored, is having the full nade setup. But E-frag, they have a nice position, 3 men with attention to this push on middle. However, they're not really getting the damage done. They've managed to make a couple kills, actually, that said, and we have the Ts moving in through the CT spawn, and it's not really going to be working out here as Ruben is still working that Mac 10, but he's going to take critical damage, that said. 11 HP left on him as he's still trying to just get an angle here, try to keep himself safe, throwing down the smoke to give himself some extra cover, because he's got the bomb as well. He can't lose it in this position. This is absolute madness, and it looks like E-frag have managed somehow to make this round possible, but the bomb will be recovered and it will be planted momentarily.
zEVES has no idea where he is, but finally realizes 44 seconds on the clock. He still could have gone for the A, or at least the fake, pushing down Banana, but there we go. Bomb plant is not going to be done. I think he's heard him. He knows his general position, but not actually checking CT here as the bomb does go down, and if NKL plays this right, he should be able to get it. And now NKL knows where he is. He knows he's pushed into construction here, and now 50 HP on each player, and smoke can go down. He can probably predict he's going to be coming from CT, but no. zEVES playing against the odds is going to be going up, shooting through the smoke, doing a little bit of damage, but still no kit on NKL, so we need to hurry up, and there we go, zEVES getting the kill. Only just, that was a really close round for Copenhagen Wolves, so although E-frag, you know, did force up and may not have been the best idea on paper, they did manage to perform, getting 4 frags against Copenhagen Wolves, and now they're going to do the exact same thing again. E-frag with another force up.
Oh no, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I don't agree with this at all.
I mean, you just have to take the damage, take the hit.
The reason the E-frag did so well last round is because Copenhagen Wolves had 3 SMGs, but now look at them. They have 5 rifles, 4 AKs, and a Khalil. Like, there's not going to be a whole lot they can do, really.
I mean, usually if the rolls there's a role reversal and it's like the situation's happening, you're the Ts. Crippling the CT economy has a bigger impact. The implication into your odds to win more rounds, it works in your favor much more in that situation. But when it comes to the CTs, trying to keep economic pressure on the Ts, it's not about that. It's about the CT economy more so for E-frag here. But they're kind of sacrificing their economy. Actually, they were notorious for doing this at the Take TV event. They lost a lot of matches, and they themselves are in interviews were lamenting the fact that they kept doing it. And for some reason, it still seems to be a part of their calling that they have these crazy force-ups. And it's very unlikely they're going to win this round, but it can happen. So they're playing on a statistical uncertainty to try to get themselves back into the game. If they don't do it, they're going to have no money. They're going to have a buy round on the 4th round, and it's not going to do anything. Or the 5th round, rather.
Yeah, but here we go, Bubble holding this angle. The leaves just getting in the way of him getting any visual on the T's pushing, and they're going to be wrapping around down to the A site. Smoke is going to go in twist, getting an early frag on Bubble, and there we go. jkaem also following up, and it seems like this force by E-frag was completely useless. Viktor has got that MP9, but really nothing he can do. They're just going to go for a save here, which is, I think, is the right call. And Copenhagen Wolves just dominating without losing a single member that round.
I mean, again, it comes down to consistency, and this is one of the reasons why certain teams are more consistent or better than others. Counter-Strike, there's a lot of similarities to a game like poker, where there is always this element of odds. Sometimes you know, you're just going to lose, even if you have the best plays, even if sometimes you're actually hitting the shots. There's still a chance that you can still just lose because there are so many factors at play. And when you're in a situation like E-frag on a map where it's favored if you have a strong economy, you want to look after your economy because that's the most consistent way to play the map. Then you can play it from a perspective where, okay, you know, they should be buying, by the way, on this round. They should actually have a full buy here, and they should have a lot of grenades. They should be able to use these grenades to delay the Ts, to stop them from getting information. Because this map is actually becomes T-sided when you have a situation where they can just take angles easily, and the CTs don't have many grenades to slow them down and figure out which rotations to make. So that can be a really big issue. So E-frag are playing an inconsistent style, and if they do this too often, again, they're buying up a lot here because they got a big loss bonus. They're committing themselves in to reinvest in it because they keep doing it. So it's just a bit of a horrible cycle, and it could backfire massively against Copenhagen Wolves here.
Zende with a brilliant shot there onto Dreamer. That's going to open up the round, but spyleadeR returning fire onto RUBINO. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 4, but really Copenhagen Wolves with all the equipment to work with and still got plenty of time on the clock, aren't really going to be struggling too much this round. There's only one player on the B site, and they are going to be stacking it, and if they push it fast before the rotates do come in from E-frag, CT Smoke is down, they should be able to do something. There we go, Viktor. 1 frag with the MP9. 2 actually, he's making work, and oh my god. They couldn't win the force buys, but these ecos are looking promising so far. And NKL with this AK will pick up a frag onto zende, and now it's a 1 versus 3, and there's really nothing zEVES can do. And there we go. That's going to be the defuse. And wow, what?
Let's have a look at the scoreboard here and see what's actually going on with the money. So E-frag, won this one. We're going to get a loss for Copenhagen Wolves. They're still going to have a full buy. So the pressure's really on Copenhagen Wolves now to just basically just completely quash the economy again. And we did see this reset thing happening again and again. It was actually how E-frag lost pretty much all their CT sides so far in this best of 5 series. So they need to avoid that from happening right now. But they've managed, of course, in a very unlikely, it was very unlikely, but they managed to make that last round work. So now AWP is on Twist. I'm very curious whether Twist can pick something up here. Because if he's going to be able to get some of these picks, E-frag are going to have a bit of a nightmare on the rotations, I think.
Definitely. I don't know how they lost 2 force buys and then win almost a full eco, apart from Viktor saving his weapon. And it's going to be impressed by E-frag, and now they are up with plenty of equipment to work with and plenty of nades, as you say, to delay the terrorists pushing. RUBINO here, just trying to get out of boiler, but not going to go for it.
Yeah, you can see that also the key thing is the incendiaries. With incendiaries, like full set of nades, including incendiaries, you get a lot of options to take map control away from the Ts as well. And that's stuff that you just don't play with if you just don't have the money for it, because they're expensive. 600 a pop, unlike the $400 for the Molotov on the T side. It's pretty important.
Yeah, and Bubble there with a nice headshot through the smoke is going to put E-frag in an advantageous position with 5 players against the 4 Copenhagen Wolves, and this is good for them at the moment. They just need to keep it on, play passive, and maybe rotate a player over to the A site after they see some more movement there. And there we go, Bubble flash, but he will recover and manage to pick up the frag. But Twist there with the AWP will also take out Dreamer, so that's a very big frag as well. And the last remaining T player is going to be backing off from the B site towards A, and now it's a 3 versus 3, or sorry, 3 versus 4, but one player is down for 8 HP and one player is still on the B site, so it could still be a problem for E-frag. And there we go, Copenhagen Wolves running into the side, but NKL is there to stop. He will pick up 2, and that'll be the round to E-frag again, 2-3. And now this has stopped the money reset. Copenhagen Wolves won't be able to put E-frag back into an eco, and that's going to be good for them, so they can manage to pick up a few rounds themselves. And now Copenhagen Wolves are going to be pushed into eco. Well, force by actually going to be getting Tech 9 armor.
It's also we see that Copenhagen Wolves in that spot, they were very indecisive, and you know, when they lost a player, you know, every team that's been together for quite a long time, they have the plan B. It's almost like oh god, that was pretty devastating. It's almost like just a default reaction. Okay, we've been in this situation so many times before, we instantly know what our plan B is. It doesn't offset you too much. We should see a pretty brutal cleanup here. There's the quad kill instantly there from one just single spray bullets. And
trying to get the ace there, he's not going to manage to, but spyleadeR
kind of sucks because they didn't actually get any grenades off there. They just tried to go through the smoke without throwing any of their grenades all that much. But yeah, no plant for them. And E-frag back into the CT economy with something to say for themselves. They've got 6k or more on most players.
Yeah, and as you can see, Copenhagen Wolves having to eco obviously, and a couple of pistols on them and a few nades on zEVES as well as armor on jkaem just to equal out the economy, but still nothing large and nothing really to work with. Maybe at best they can get plant down, but that is still going to be unlikely with the bomb and T-spawn, of course. And so here we go, Copenhagen Wolves pushing up mid at the moment. All 4 players, apart from the bomber, just going to be bringing it back from T-spawn. It seems like it's just going to go for some kind of a long rush here. Flash is going to go out, and Zende popping in first. There we go. Straight in. Shots are going to come out from the CT players, and there we go. Bubble picking up 3 nice ones from the corner, and Dreamer following up with one of himself, and there we go. Just jkaem left, and he's going to be finished off by NKL. And solid round by E-frag, completely flawless, losing no members, and 4-3 is looking good for them so far. As long as they can push off this buy round from Copenhagen Wolves, they will be pushed into a bad economical situation. You either had to eco or force buy again. They won't be able to afford full rifles and nades, especially. So E-frag just really need to win this round to put themselves up to 6-3, which is, you know, double Copenhagen Wolves' score is going to be really good for them.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a situation where Copenhagen Wolves will be very happy if they get 5-6. So E-frag need to keep up this momentum, but we've got Joakim looking for the entry. He's going to actually find it. The trade comes alive though. Bubbles there. There's a couple of players there from E-frag. Again, this is very much the meta, having enough players in the early timings to stop these Ts from taking this map control, get the trades going, and that's exactly what happened. 4 versus 3 now, and E-frag can be very comfortable playing 2 to a bomb site. They could even try to gamble and rotate 1, or try to pop flash for some info on B and try to play from that. And Copenhagen Wolves, they still have every chance to win this round as well. They're moving in as a unit at top middle, seeing if they can get a quick entry to make this one work.
Yeah, but obviously not having the man advantage and only 50 seconds left on the clock isn't working in their favour. Don't worry, RUBINO will equalise the situation. Now it's a 3 versus 3 and he's trying to make it into a 2 versus 3 and he will do so. NKL going down and now the rotate is coming in from the remaining 2 E-frag players and the bomb's going to go down and RUBINO's got plenty of nades to hold off the rotate and the retake, sorry. So this might be a serious problem for E-frag here, but he's going to just jump straight through the smoke and there we go, spyleadeR going down. Bubble will get one to retaliate, but he's still got to kill 2 remaining players and Chris places right there. There we go, he will. And that's going to be another round for Copenhagen Wolves. And they're catching up with 4-4 at the moment, so that's good for them. But you know, both teams will be able to afford now. Copenhagen Wolves may struggle a little bit with a couple of nades on their players if they have to drop after losing 3 players that round. I'd
like to see them keep trying to challenge Banana, trying to go for trades against the CTs, even if they play 3 players there. Just because I think that that's a way for... Like, E-frag's aggression is an opportunity for Copenhagen Wolves, who probably don't have as many tricks in the bag as a normal team that's been together for a while, to get kills basically on the T side onto the CTs. Because once you get a kill, it becomes significantly easier to play the map out, to make decisions. But when there's everybody left alive for the CTs, it's very, very difficult to decide correctly with the information that you have what's going on, because you can't even necessarily know if there's 4 people on A or not. It's very hard to find information on this map without being very exposed in some way. If you want to go and find info on B and they're playing very passively, then you have to actually go almost into the bomb site. And the same thing with the A bomb site as well. So taking top mid is really a must here for your defaults. We've got a nice Molotov there from Twist as well to clear out the corner spot. And Copenhagen Wolves, now they can make a call which way they want to go. But the thing is that they don't have a pick, which kind of sucks, but that is the strength of E-frag's passive playing style right now.
But now, Twist is going to get the first pick, and that's going to be good, and that's going to be a 4 versus 5 in the bomb. Still going out to the B site, and I don't think they realise this. E-frag, only 1 remaining player on the B site here. That's going to be Viktor. He's got to hold off this push. He does manage to pick up 1, and he can just back off here and play passive as they have the man advantage and just back off to construction. The bomb is going to be pushing up towards the site. RUBINO just getting the plant down in time, and Viktor is probably just going to punish him for that, but no, he is actually going to get the plant. There we go, RUBINO with a nice solid headshot onto spyleadeR and zEVES to follow up, to throw down that Molotov to hold off Viktor, that is. Now it's a 3v3 and it's completely turned around, and RUBINO just has to hold onto the site, and he is going to do so. 1 frag ready against NKL, and Viktor still trying to get in there. He does in the corner, getting dirty, and gets a frag onto RUBINO. Now he needs to stick the defuse. Both the T players are in banana. And there we go. Viktor, that was a sick 4K, and he is just going to have time for the defuse.
Oh, yeah, and zende needed to... I mean, the thing is zende probably didn't have the information that he came off the bomb, and that was the issue there. So you kind of walked into the spray. But really sick effort from RUBINO to even make that into an afterplant situation. That was a massive gamble that he goes for that. Knowing that the guy's on coils, it's a really, really huge gamble to go for that plant, but he made it work. And I have to say that Viktor's little trick there is very easily emulated on coils by just peeking a pixel, seeing somebody go past the pixel. They probably won't see you because it's such a slight angle, and then you can peek out and adjust and just kill them and get the drop on them. So nice little trick there for people to copy from Viktor up on this course position. He's doing it again. So you can see them moving from this position. If they go past, they probably won't see him, but he'll definitely see them past the little angle. And that will then be a frag. So nicely set up.
Well played by Viktor there, and now we're going to be pushed into the 10th round of the half, and we can see a fall by almost on Copenhagen Wolves' side. They've got a couple of pistols to work with, but you know, on such a close quarter map like Inferno, you know, 2 pistols isn't really a downfall of a team, of course, but I would much prefer those rifles over those Tech 9s and CZ75s. And there we go, Bubble getting close into the smoke. The smoke's about to fade as well, but he's wasting his bullets in the wrong angle. He's not actually going to manage to do too much. Then they flag down quite low, but don't worry, spyleadeR is there to support him, and he will get a frag. Dreamer also following up, getting one of his own, and there's spyleadeR again going large with a nice double kill already this round. Only the 2 pistol players are left alive. One of them only on 3 HP, and that's going to be jkaem. Peeking out, he will go down. Nice drop shot by Dreamer, and just RUBINO left. And in a 1v5, there's not really a whole lot he can do. He does pick up 1, and there we go, 2. So that's going to be solid, but the bomb is still down, and with only 15 seconds left on the clock, there's not a whole lot he's going to be able to make happen here. There we go. He's going to be going for the save with that rifle, which is probably the best option in this situation, and only on 26 HP as well. It's not really a good idea to go for it.
Let's see the money again real quick and see how the rounds are going when it comes to who's won how many. So CT's won 2 in a row there. So we can see that Copenhagen Wolves will be struggling on their money there, taking another loss. However, they're up to $1,900, so they will really need another save as they go into $2,400, which will have them just on enough for AKs and a couple flashes and a smoke, which is good. But again, I think Copenhagen Wolves have a lot of opportunities here to take frags early into the map. And one thing we must note that we haven't really seen from them is actual executes, really. There's not really been a lot of set grenades from them. We've not seen that yet. We haven't seen it towards B. We saw it almost happen towards B, and we haven't seen it towards A. They tend to just walk into locations, which is why it's nice early in the round to try to challenge Banana, because that is one of the most likely options for E-frag to get aggressive. And if E-frag give away some peaks, that could be a way in for Copenhagen Wolves without any fanciful grenades.
Oh, but they've worked out Viktor's spot there, him just playing the pixel, and they just, before he peeked out wide, spammed the wall there, doing a bit of damage, and he's going to be put down to 58 HP, but I don't think that's going to deter him from using that spot at all. It is really useful, and RUBINO obviously with the only AK there, still managing to get some damage out. And there we go, Bubble, playing this angle really well, and he's going to take out Twist.
So that they're not putting anybody close on pit because they're afraid of maybe a rush through apartments where they just drop into pit basically and can play the close ranges, which is the strength of theirs. So they're playing the full ranges because they know they're up against pistols. So this is a really cool setup. We're seeing 3 guys in a line on arch side, and it's working out fantastically well for them so far.
Yeah, Viktor and spyleadeR there will manage to both get frags, and now just zende on 60 HP with no armor. And he still thinks Bubble's in that corner, but he's not. He's going to be very tricked as he peeks out here on long, and there we go. Even more damage done by 2 players, and he's still not finished off on 10 HP remaining. And there we go. Still trying to get the shot. He's just jumping around and not getting punished for it. So E-frag are playing so aggressive. Passive, sorry. And there we go. That was really clever. They waited out the time before they killed him, so he would get 0 income for saving, yet still go down and loses Tech 9. So
the other cool thing as well about the setup that they did there is that the biggest problem is that if they do go for that rush, they get an instant bomb plant. But it's basically E-frag saying, we don't really care if you get bomb plants because we're fine with you having a full setup. We care more about winning the round, and that is exactly how you play CT side on this map, to be honest.
Definitely. There we go. I did like that play there by E-frag. I didn't actually notice the time, but waiting until someone gets 0 income is obviously a really good strategy that I love to see. And there we go, Bubble not taking too much out of that flash. He will peek quite wide, getting a few tags off, but he does receive some in return. And there we go, zende down to 50 HP already, and Bubble's just going to smoke off that angle, so he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. And spraying into the flashbang and the smoke, almost landing some shots, but not going to do so. But he is running out of ammo. That's one of the downsides of these M4A1Ss, and needs to conserve it for later in the round. He is up against 4 rifles, of course, and 1 pistol on zende, so probably needs to be a little less spray through the smoke. But there we go, the terrorists are backing off back towards the B bomb site with the bomb. And E-frag still haven't rotated a player over, even though the lack of presence is apparent. And it seems like they still haven't noticed, even though, yeah, a serious lack of presence to kind of give them an indication. There we go, we're going to see 1 player almost rotate, but he's not, no. And here we go, the push is going to come up from Copenhagen Wolves. Just a spyleadeR throws down the flash, and he will get 1 frag. Traded instantly there by Twist, and now the rotate. It's finally going to come up from E-frag, and there we go, they're onto the side. The Bubble there from CT will do some damage. Should have thrown a smoke down there, and zEVES is the only one alive in a 1 versus 3, and with 22 HP and a dream. He has got a flashbang to work with. That will go out, and there we go, 2 white players there. Going to pick up 1. But NKL and Bubble left alive, and NKL will manage to pick him up. And there we go, 8 rounds to E-frag. So they're playing a solid CT half at the moment, only allowing Copenhagen Wolves to pick up 4 themselves. So we're going into the 13th round now, and if E-frag can keep it strong, maybe get it up to 11-4, they shouldn't have too much trouble on the T side of this map.
Yeah, so much cash here still for E-frag. It's pretty scary. Copenhagen Wolves with the full buy, but they can't even really afford that many grenades, which really sucks again. I mean, not that they've really been showing that they have a lot of awesome uses for them. Either way, let's see if E-frag's passive play still yields results. It has been a big issue for Copenhagen Wolves to try to overcome. They're faced with this dilemma that teams can do this. The only reason why you should decide not to play the passive style that E-frag are going with, if it's working for you. Oh, nicely done there by zEVES on the entry. But the only reason you should do it is if the the terrorists are very good at finding the pick-based play, and there are some very good teams who understand very, very well how to play the pop flashes, how to play the smokes, how to play those AWP picks and so on. So you might want to get aggressive against them because they're so good individually. But at the moment, E-frag, they've been doing very, very well, just holding back and letting Copenhagen Wolves move into these angles. And we do have Copenhagen Wolves still trying very hard to get something done here. They're very aware how Viktor likes to play the coils. Oh no, Viktor's in trouble. He's going to go down straight away. The Molotov will hit the ground, but that's no problem. They can run straight through that to get the bomb down on a fast timing. And another exposed CT player, exposed to 3 terrorists at once. And that's the bomb down, 3 versus 2, but they are somewhat low.
Yeah, of course, 2 of the players below 30 HP. jkaem only on 4, and there we go, Zende going down early, and there, zEVES also being finished off, an NKL going larger with a nice double, and only player left alive has got 4 HP, and so even a nade will finish him off, and there, Ruben with the headshot.
He gets toasted.
2 nades and a headshot will finish him off there, and E-frag taking 9 rounds, so solid play by them. NKL only left on 15 HP, so that was very close for him, but Copenhagen Wolves still affording to buy. They are going to get some full rifles here. No AWP just yet. We haven't seen an AWP very often on Twist so far in this half. Neither on Bubble, I don't think. We haven't seen many AWPs at all on Inferno so far, which would be interesting to see. I think if we take a look at the money of E-frag, yeah, they could afford it, but they're obviously choosing not to, just going safe for the rifles at the moment, which is fair enough. But Copenhagen Wolves still allowed to afford plenty of nades to work with to take a site, and here we go. zEVES is going to be flashing himself into peak.
I mean, the biggest edge I think they could get with an AWP is by playing aggressively, and I think that's just actually going to help Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, got a pick.
So it's cool to see that they're kind of recognizing that the rifles are enough at the moment. And they're using the grenades to slow them down a little bit, but they did give up top mid pretty early on, so nice pace from Copenhagen Wolves. Can they turn it into some entries? They really need them. Here's the first potential, and the duel's going to go the way of Bubble, and he can actually back away as well. So looking good here. E-frag get the info, get the frags, and we get yet more players, and Bubble again through the smoke finds himself another kill onto Twist. Could it get worse here for Copenhagen Wolves? Absolutely. Now spyleadeR is doing damage as well.
Oh, well, the X-Ray Meister is going to be shooting through the smoke a lot this game. Managing to pick up quite a few kills as he does, and there we go, chasing up behind the Molotov, getting that final kill onto zEVES. Now E-frag up to 10 rounds, so if they can take the last one here, you know, they've pretty much got the game in the bag as long as they don't choke any rounds on the T side, and they've got plenty of rounds to work with already. So there's going to be a pause called in by zEVES on Copenhagen Wolves, and I assume they're just deciding some strategy or something. Apparently it's only going to last 40 seconds, so we'll be back into the game shortly, but they must just be deciding some strategy, because obviously what they're doing at the moment is not working very well for them, and him still not buying. Oh, okay, spyleadeR's gone to the toilet, so we'll be waiting for that as well.
So it's I think this is still fine here for Copenhagen Wolves. I didn't expect them to get more than 5 or 6 rounds on the T side. E-frag have been playing. I mean, again, the start of the match was really scary, because again, basically, if I go back to poker, what you're thinking about is not, you don't want to play these 10-20% chances all the time, looking for that big win in that one situation. You want to apply a strategy over a sample size of 20,000 hands, 30, 40, 50,000 hands, and that's how you get consistency, because you can't just lose. This is why people complain about the best of 1 format, is because anyone can beat anyone in best of 1. And that is basically part of the reason. There's a lot of variance when it comes to the pistol rounds. That's 2 rounds that's especially with the hitboxes being a little bit skew as they've been, could be 6 rounds for a team that's maybe worse, or maybe they hit the shots of their lives, you know, and so on and so forth. So despite the crazy start E-frag had, they've played really very nicely strategically. They've kept a very tight rifle setup, and Copenhagen Wolves have not been able to exploit it. I guess, you know, partly because they're so fresh as a team now.
That's true, and we are going to see 2 pistols in Copenhagen Wolves, so, you know, they can make work with that, but of course rifles are always preferable to that, and they are going to be pushing towards the B site here. Only 1 player near the A site. He's going to be around T-apps, and again, Viktor playing the pixel as he does, getting some good information. So he's got the information, the one's pushing. He's going to go for the spray down, get 1 through the wall, but he doesn't do a whole lot of damage apart from that. jkaem pushing out, will get a frag, and there we go. zEVES following up as well, doing some damage, and we'll finally finish off Viktor, and that's a B site under control, and Bubble rotating in fast, but he is going to get the pick. And now it's a 3 versus 3, and all the players are are in the position for the retake. Oh, and this Molotov could be deadly there. And he's not going to throw it down, just missing it in the last second. And there we go. jkaem should roast alive here, not much he can do. zEVES is going to have to push out here if he wants to get any kind of information.
Nice.
Oh my god, there we go.
Actually,
2 frags.
Actually got the wallbang there.
Yeah.
The wallbang headshot, which was pretty funny. But yeah, so 10-5, I think that's, yeah, again, I expected this to happen. I didn't really think Copenhagen Wolves would have a particularly strong T-half. It's one of the hardest maps to play. I think this is the hardest mixed map, personally. If you're a team that doesn't have any rehearsal, it's the hardest map to play on the T side. But CT side is kind of a different story. It's one of the maps that's not necessarily the easiest to play, but it's one of the easier CT sides to play as a mix as well, because it's so, again, Inferno a little bit like Dust 2, people know it so well. So we'll have to see if Copenhagen Wolves can actually ring true to that concept and get a good start. And Zende's going to go straight into the balcony here. We saw this previously, trying to get some info as to what the T's are doing, but he's actually going to back away. So this slow round from E-frag could actually pay off if Copenhagen Wolves keep moving around as much as they are.
We are going to see a rather aggressive banana push here coming out from one of the members of Copenhagen Wolves, getting quite deep, and he hasn't got a smoke or even a player to trade him. And actually, this is quite interesting. 4 players on the A site and 1 aggressive banana push. So he has got room to back up, but if he dies early, then that's it. He's instantly down, and the B site will be clear. But there we go, Viktor. Nice pick on the twist there on the A long. Bubble still trying to get this frag. But they will be sending over a rotate towards the B site as jkaem does peek out. He has seen the edge of a pistol of spyleadeR there, but spyleadeR not letting him take anything, will get the kill. Zende does like to trade, but Viktor finishes him off too. And there we go. The A site is under control, and the CTs have been rotating to the wrong bomb site. So that went completely backwards. I think at one point E-frag were trying to go towards the B site until spyleadeR opened up with a nice double kill. So that completely changed the pace of the round, and now Copenhagen Wolves are going to have to try and retake. They have got a kit to work with on zEVES, so it's always a possibility.
So zEVES receiving some damage, and it's going to lose his head straight away. Nice save there from E-frag, so they win the pistol. Now, Copenhagen Wolves, it's an interesting dilemma because the force buy dynamic is a little bit different when you're behind so much. And, well, they're going to decide to go for it. And again, I think it's more justifiable when you are actually really behind this much. You want to play the gambles much more, and it is big gambles, but they're going to see if they can get it done with a few smokes on top of the CZs, 5.7s, and Kevlar helmet. And, well, they've got some pretty sick pistol players, so I wouldn't be surprised if they can get some frags going here. But it's all about E-frag's patience. And again, E-frag is a team that's been together for a long time. They most certainly have some anti-force spy strats that they are going to use here. And we're going to be seeing that now, just sticking around middle, warding off any early aggression to begin with. And basically, this is one of the reasons why some people don't like to watch Inferno or don't like to play it, is because basically you can't do anything whilst these smokes are down. You just have to wait.
Chokehold's ready to waste out time, and pretty much it just brings it back. When you've got the nades to work with, it just brings it back to 40 seconds or 30 seconds to push, and then that's when the round actually kicks in, aside from early picks or lucky shots through the smoke, or a couple of nades to do a bit of damage. But really, you're right. By and large, there's not a whole lot that E-frag are going to be able to do till the smokes of Copenhagen Wolves are out.
They've got 35 seconds left to play with now, and the smokes are finally gone. They have dissipated, and it's going to be the movement from E-frag that could secure them the round. As we get the shot onto Zende's face, that's going to eliminate him by quad. They're slowly removing player by player, wrapping onto the A-bomb site. Just twist in that pit position. He'll get a single frag, but he's going to go for the reload. Does get the opportunity. jkaem in from the back from Library, but no, Bubble cuts him off. Great save there from Bubble. Really nice save. And that's going to keep a significant advantage on E-frag. They'll win the round, and 12-5 will be the score.
Twist just trying to jump away there in the last second. He will get finished off, and there we go. 12 rounds to E-frag, so they're doing well. They've picked up a couple of rounds already, so Copenhagen Wolves might struggle if they don't hurry up and get to the buy round. But they're going to go for an almost full eco here. Only zEVES picking up a P250, and everyone else just sticking with their USPs. And we can see Viktor here on T side just going for a CZ75 at the moment, which is quite an interesting choice. The Molotov is down, and that should hold back the pushing CTs there. But hopefully a Copenhagen Wolves player will rotate as the footsteps and presence of E-frag fill Copenhagen Wolves' headphones. And there we go, spyleadeR entries the site, and jkaem getting burnt a little bit, but he will pick up a headshot there with a USB, so that's pretty useful, dying as he does. And I love the strategy of sitting in a Molotov for 2 or 3 seconds when people stop checking you and then peeking out late, which is exactly what he does. You know, the guys look at the Molotov like, oh, no one's leaving it, so let's look away, and then they look away, and then you peek. So it's a really good strategy, and especially on an eco when you've only got a pistol to work with, and now only Zende and Twister left alive, and they're both trying to, well, only one of them's trying to retake the site. I think Zende is just looking for some lurking T players around, so he can try and pick up a rifle and maybe save it. And I think he's going to come into contact with one soon at log. Just peeking around Twist, going down as well to Viktor, and Zende is coming through the smoke. Also will be finished off by Dreamer with a nice headshot, and that'll be 13 rounds to 5 in E-frag's favour, and Copenhagen Wolves finally be able to buy up full now, and they might be able to challenge and smoke off some points just to waste time. They have got quite a few smokes. Every single player has got a smoke actually, so that's pretty good for them, and not wasting the money on head armor against 4 of the AKs of E-frag. Need Bubble picking up that Galil there. We're just going to see a normal banana push coming out from E-frag early in the round. They have got the bomb up there as well, which gives the idea that they might be pushing towards the B side. But they have actually got 3 players stacked on the B side for Copenhagen Wolves, and there we go. 1 frag early, but jkaem will trade it out. jkaem getting a double as well, and Bubble finishing him off with the Galil, but there's still 1 player in CT. Oh no, sorry, there isn't. That's a decoy just in CT there, and here we go, Twist coming in to try and retake, and RUBINO with a nice bottom of top of banana smoke to kind of stop any players there. That's a really nice choice for a retake smoke, and there we go, they're just trying to jump over it. We can see Viktor just trying to jump over to get some information, try and get some shots through the smoke, and there we go, Bubble defending the bomb, does pick up 2, and he's going for the 3rd as well, but Dreamer will pick it up actually through the smoke, and so that'll be a solid round for E-frag, 14 to 5, and it looks like it's going in their favour towards the 5th map.
Yeah, no pistol round win on the CT side for Copenhagen Wolves, really crippled them. And now they're forced into all these situations that they forced E-frag into on previous maps. So double mag, double FAMAS, CZ, a bunch of grenades. I'm not too hopeful for them in this one. We might see descending pretty quickly, but it's all down to how E-frag decide to approach the round. They have chosen to keep a very passive approach, a passive hold on the bottom of banana, and they're waiting for Copenhagen Wolves in the early stages of the round to get aggressive, but it's not happening just yet.
But look at this early rotate. 4 players going towards the A site, it looks like at the moment. Only 1 player left on B. We've got a couple of floaters, but there we go. Twist with that. Mag 7 will actually go down there to Dreamer, and no one to trade him out as well is going to be problematic for Copenhagen Wolves. And with 3 of the 4 remaining players on the A site, it's going to be a very good read as E-frag decide to push up towards the A site.
Here we go. It's not going to be easy, is it? We've got 2 FAMASes left on the map now for Copenhagen Wolves. They have one of them in pit though, which is a great position, but gets all these AKs, and considering that they've got knowledge of your position and bullets with your name on it, it's not going to work out.
NKL there with the accidental 360 to finish off Zende, I think that was. And there we go, zEVES last alive in a 1 versus 4. spyleadeR, nice shot through the smoke there, doing a little bit of damage, pulling out the knife actually, but not going for it. The flash, very useful flash there by Viktor, not going to actually catch anyone off guard, but zEVES just making a little bit of work of doing, trying to do a little bit of economical damage there onto NKL, but by and large not going to be too much damage done as E-frag. As you can see, they've got plenty of money, 10k on 2 players and 6k, 4k, and another player is just struggling a little bit, but you know, they're up to 15-5, so really not a problem, and Copenhagen Wolves having to force buy again, but they've got a scout on Twist. We've seen some interesting scout play on Dust 2 at least, so we might see something again. If you can go down mid and maybe get a pick.
Pretty random smoke there. Ruben just going to run straight down mid, see if he can get something done. Nice push here coming in from Copenhagen Wolves. Absolute chaos, mayhem, bedlam, frags left and right. 3 versus 3 now as Dreamer makes a sprint through the apartment. She's going to catch Twist completely off guard. And now we have a very interesting situation for E-frag. They've got the bomb in position to get the plant. They've got the security of pit as well. So Copenhagen Wolves looks like they're about to be pushed out of this Inferno match.
But the mid luck is actually coming up right behind spyleadeR there. Should be able to get a flank onto jkaem, and if he starts running instead of sneaking, there we go, he's going to peek out, going to get the kill, leaving just Zende on 9 HP, and he's also going to be finished off, and that's 16-5. That'll be the 4th map done, and E-frag will take that, so that's going to be 2 in a row for them, and now we're going to move into the 5th map after that, which will be Overpass.
Yeah, again, not really sure how to expect what's going to really happen here. So much of these matches are actually being decided completely by economy and by some of the pistol rounds as well. And in that one, again, we had a pretty crushing start there for E-frag. They managed to get a very nice 10-5 and then won the pistol. Of course, that wasn't enough room for their opposition to really play with. Copenhagen Wolves we didn't see a single proper buy run from them. So it's done and dusted. And now, Overpass, as mentioned, is going to be set up right now. So guys, we'll take a quick break and we'll see you for the final deciding map in this best of 5 to see which one of these two teams will qualify for the DreamHack Open London event next month.